All right, everybody, here is a screencast of my email. I know that I had told you that I would do a quick screencast to show you how I use Raft, or very, very similar system to Raft, to keep my email inboxes low. I'm going to show you both my personal email inbox and my work email inbox. So this is my inbox. This is Gmail. You guys all probably have email that looks like this. There are the 3 tabs up here. I clear them out pretty regularly. Right now I do have one thing in my inbox because this came in this morning and I do need to do some stuff with it. I haven't gotten to processing it yet. But over here you can see how I process through. Now starred, that's always on here. I don't use that, but you can't delete this. Sent mail is always on here. Drafts, this is stuff that Gmail has that I can't get rid of. But these are the folders that I have created. I think also notes is one that is standard that you can't get rid of. But this is the one I've created. Action. This one's called awaiting response, and this one, ref, is actually file. I also have one called someday maybe. So things start in my inbox and I decide, is it read, action, file, which would mean reference, or trash. Most of the stuff, as you know, that probably comes into your email is trash, or you might need to quickly read it. But if it requires action and I'm not really able to do the action at that time, again, I'm going to try to do the action with that 2 minutes or less rule as much as possible, but if I can't, I'm going to move it to my action folder. Now this folder right now, this is my personal email, so there's not as much action I need to take in my personal life, but these are 3 things that I kind of want to be working on, or this is something that I want to read. They sent me something that I really want to read, so I don't have a separate to read folder in email. I just consider if it's something I want to read, I also consider that an action. So everything goes in here, and I check this pretty regularly, probably every day, every few days, to make sure that I'm not letting any of this stuff drop. This one is called awaiting response. Now the reason that I call it awaiting response is because this is going to go in alphabetical order, and these are really the 2 things that I need to make sure I'm aware of, the things that I need to hear back from somebody about and the things that I need to do. So if I put like waiting, it's going to put it way down at the bottom, and so I called it awaiting so that the A's are together so that I see them. So right now I contacted someone about doing a collaboration. I'm awaiting her response, so I know that it's in here. If I don't hear from her in a reasonable amount of time, I can follow up with her. Again, this notes one is a standard one, I think, on Gmail that I can't delete, so I just ignore that. I don't use it. Now, reference, okay? Think of this as file. When I set this up, I called it reference, or REF for short, but it's file, basically. So what you're going to see when I drop this down are all the files that I've created. I'm doing the same thing. Here, I'll just drop it down. I'm doing the same thing here that I'm doing in my paper files, where I have main categories and subcategories. So you can see bills. I put just like anything that comes to me as an electronic bill once I've paid it, or if it's an automatic pay, I just throw it in here. These are just like family and friends, things related to them, things related to my finances go in here, anything related to insurance, stuff related to my kids. I'll click on that so you can kind of see, stuff from the kids' activities, so brownies, stuff they're in an art class, stuff from their teachers that I might need to know. Again, I could probably go through and clean some of this up and like sort it out, but I really just don't care to do that because it's digital and it doesn't really matter. So I don't put every single thing related to my kids in here, but if I get something that I think I might need to reference, it goes into kids. Less LLC. Now before I had my work email, when I used to use my personal email for work, I had a lot more in here. So you can see in my less LLC, this is a main category with subcategories. So I had this person I follow for business inspiration, business receipts, all my client contact. I did a domain transfer and I wanted to keep track of that. Legal work, stuff related to my book. I was putting a bunch of stuff related to my book in here. And again, these are all just subcategories of this main category, less LLC. My mom's group, another group I was involved in, the PTO, that's something that I do, so anything related to PTO just goes in here. Okay, that's things related to taxes. Now this is purchases, by the way. When I purchase something and I might get a receipt for it, I just throw all of my purchases, all the receipts, if they're applicable, I just throw them in here. Taxes, the way I separate taxes is into current year and past years. So I'm actually really glad that I'm checking this today because I need to print some of these things off. So these are tax things that came to me digitally that I need to print, and then once I've taken care of them for 2017, I'm gonna just throw them into past years. I still do have some things in here, I guess, related to teaching. Vacation is kind of a good one. If you're planning a vacation with some friends or something, oh, here's the house we got, yada yada. Travel confirmations and so forth go into vacation. And then Someday Maybe. This is a folder that everyone should have because you're gonna get stuff that you're like, maybe I'll want to read this, or maybe I'll want to do this, or maybe I'll do something about this, like possible opportunity. I just throw that into Someday Maybe, and someday maybe I'll get to it and do it. I don't know. All right, so those are all my reference folders, my files. And so I'm just gonna close it up. So you can basically see it comes in my inbox. I decide if it's read or action, and to me, read and action are going in the same place. Filing is going in reference. Trash is just going to trash. The only other folders I have are awaiting response, which I check regularly to follow up with people, and Someday Maybe. Now I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna click over here to this is my business email. I'm going to go to my inbox here so you can see that I have a few more things in here. I do clean this out regularly. So this is my inbox. I'm going to decide, is it read, action, file, or trash? Read and action are going to go into my action folder. Okay, so these are things I'm taking action on. I want to be acting on right now. Awaiting response, I am not going to click on that because that has client names that you will see, and I don't really think that I should probably show you all that. And then reference here, again, this is file. Basically, it's file, it's reference material. I'm going to expand it so you can see in here I have 2017 receipts, 2018 receipts. Hey, winter course, 2018 winter course. Look, there's all of you. When I got your sign-ups, I just threw them in here so I could keep track of you so I knew where you were. Andrea, she's my marketing assistant. Things related to my book, things related to media and marketing. So I do get some personal stuff sometimes at my work email, so I have a file for those. Possibilities, this is kind of like my Someday Maybe for work. So if I get things that are possibilities that I might want to do, so this is the equivalent of Someday Maybe. Rosie is my project manager. Stephanie is my mentor. Testimonials and so forth, things related to when I have work done on my website. But basically what that is, this is filing, and it's got main categories and subcategories, and I'm just building it digitally the exact same way that I would build my paper files. So this is how I manage my email. I also unsubscribe from lots of things. If they don't add value to my life, I'm unsubscribing. I don't give my email out very often, especially at stores. When you go to the checkout and they say email, I just say, no thank you. And then they're just like, okay. Because what they're asking when they say email is, can we put you on our email list and start sending you emails? If that's going to be valuable to you, then absolutely give them your email if you want their coupons or whatever. But if you don't, just say no thank you. And that will save you a lot of trouble with email. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. Thank you guys for watching it. Bye.